Actually, you know what? I'm going to copy this character over.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
I need them.
Thank you. So there's our hero. Whoa. All right, so just like the run that we did in regular character animation class, we're going to go. Oh, there's keys in this camera. Oh, I want to keep the keys because the keys are in the rig file. Awesome. Hold on a second. Save. So when you reference your character in your perspective camera, it's going to be all jacked. Save. Create reference. Reference. All right, so I'm going to start at frame 0. I'm going to go to frame like 20. And the big thing, like I said, when I do that illustration there, is you're going to get hips and the shoulders doing what they need to do. So I'm going to use 0 and 20 as my extreme modes. Actually, you know what? Because they're not operating separately, they're probably doing the same thing. Do 30 frames per second. And spline. Tangents. And make sure I'm playing every frame or playing good time. Alright. Alright. So I want, let's see, let me see what works first. This is that. This is that. There's no global. Back feet. Toe. Oh, so if you want to do IK, you have to kind of rotate that up. Okay, that's not bad. And then this global mover, we're not going to move that. I'm not worried about the tail right now either. So the first thing I want to do is get the body moving the way it needs to move. So 0 and 10, I'm going to have it together, and then 5, I'm going to rotate it out. See what that looks like. There's our graph. It's rocking out. All right, I'm obviously not finished, but that's the basic mechanics of how the back's going to work. The other thing I want to do is start to put some ups and downs. So when this is rotating back, that's when the legs are going to be pushing down on it, and then when it comes forward, it's going to lift up off the ground. So right around like 2, I'm going to have this come down. Actually, let me blow these away. The only thing I animated so far is the rotate Z. So let me get rid of these keys up. Okay. So actually, it's easier if I just do it this way and then offset. So I'm going to have this be down. 1, 10, and then 5 have this be up. This will make way more sense in a second. So here's my translate Y. I'm going to flatten that. Oops, flatten that. cycle my infinity, right? E my infinity. So now I want to offset this so that as it's going back, it's going to go down. Right? I'm not done yet. And then I do the same thing with this one here. So I'm going to say this is my down position. On 0, 10, and then on 5, it's going to go up. And then just like I did at the back, I'm going to offset this so that this comes down. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this front louver here, and I'm going to offset this quite a bit from the back one. So I haven't done anything with the legs yet. But I've got that kind of sine wave thing going with the body. See that? Yes, we do. Awesome. Let's save this. All right. So I've got that doing what it needs to do. I can start it on the feet a little bit, or I can get a little bit of the back in here. I'm going to kind of jump around a little bit. Translate this up. Wait, that won't actually go. Oh, wow, that's loud. All right, I'm going to key that. I don't know what's up with these values. You see how? Oh, wow. That's crazy. But whatever. Works. 5, we're going to bring this down. The guy just didn't set that up right. I'm going to offset this a little bit. Actually, so we've got that basic sine wave thing. Now, this could continue down through the tail so that, the tail is just more of a spine, right? It attaches right to the spine and kind of continues that line of action. So we could keep going with this, but I might adjust this, so I'm not going to do the tail yet. Now, in this run, I'm going to I want these to kind of work together. I'm going to rotate this out a little bit. And a trick that I do sometimes with a 4-legged run is I'll animate one leg, copy it, flip it to the other side, and then offset them by a frame or two so that even though they're working together, there's a little bit of an offset to them, right? So let me get this one leg ready first, so let's see. So my extreme is going to be on frame 5, looks like. So this is going to be when the foot is forward. Even though this isn't a skinned rig, you can you can see that I pulled it too far there. Like you don't want it to go straight like that. You want to have a little bit of a flex to it, right? I'm going to key that. I know it's going to be the same on frame 10. Frame 5 is going to be the extreme of it back like this. Bias rotations are off too. So here you want to be like pushing off. And for your passing position, a lot of times animals bring their legs up really high. Now I've got this for the back legs. So it looks like he's on a skateboard. Go kid, you can make it. You can get to the bus in time. The bulk of the work is done, really. I mean, we still have a lot to animate, but the timing is right. And the pose, the rough pose is right for the spine. If you don't have your timing right, you don't have your base spine pose right, no matter what else you do, it's going to look like crap. It's like building a house. If the foundation sucks, the rest of the house is going to fall over. It doesn't matter what you do, right? So the timing on that is looking pretty good for me, I think. I'm going to copy this over to the other foot. I've never used this rig before, so I don't know how good this is going to copy over. It might work awesome. It might explode. I did. So it looks like I gotta do a little bit of graph there. Translate X. That's gonna get inverted. Times equals -1, right? So now it's, oh, it didn't like that at all. That was not the correct axis. We used, oh, it's Z. Okay. So this needs to get inverted. Times equals -1. And rotate Y. Let's get inverted. Times equals -1. That's it. That's good.
Are animals' feet like a pigeon
bowed out? No.
Penguin or something, or are they?
A little bit sometimes.
They're not
Depends.
straight.
They're not straight. No. I mean, they're straight when they're modeled in rig.
When they
they're
come
almost
forward,
never pigeon-toed. They're never straight like that.
Right.
Usually they're kind of gonna reach out and catch, right? So a lot of times they're bowed out a little bit.
all right.
I'm going to take all of these keys and cycle them. Cycle. I'm going to say plus equals 0.5 on the timing. So now I've got one leg that's slightly ahead of the other one. See that?
Yes.
Thank you, student.
Yes.
So now he's just pushing the skateboard with his front feet, holding onto it. All right, so now I got to do the back feet, or the front feet. These are going to work the opposite of back feet. So on frame...
You did it for the 0.5 that plus equals?
Yeah.
Is just doing it...
That's for the time. So that
a 1? Would that be too much?
Yeah.
Is just doing it by 1 too much?
Yeah, because it's such a big difference
Okay.
on a short run like this.
Okay.
All right, so this one I'm going to get back there, keep back there. 5, it's going to be out forward. be in a little bit like this. Beautiful. This is actually a pretty nice rig.
Thank you.
Did you rig it?
No.
We put yoga animated on the commercial.
Little pickaxe in his paw.
I'm gonna pull this back.
He's carrying. He's running into his Master C story.
Running what to his master?
The pickaxe.
Oh.
It's all blocked out.
This could come up higher here too. So like I said, you don't want to pull away from your arcade with the leg brakes, but you want to have just enough flex in it so that it looks decent. So here this is going to be on the way. Down that, and this, and that. Gorgeous. So that looks like boom.
Trying to get away at the same time.
I'm calling a truck. You can't do this without sounding a little bit nuts. All day long, this is how I act. Like ask Nafisa, she sits right behind me. All day long. Alright, I'm gonna copy this. Copy selected. And then up here I had a key. Oh no, I didn't say key. Awesome. Paste selected. And I need to offset my stuff a little bit. First thing I'm going to do is, before I do the timing, I'm going to get my rotations right. So I think we rotate Y needs to get inverted. Times equals -1. You guys know why I'm doing that, right? Like you understand that. And then translate Z, I think, equals the side to side. Times equals -1. Oh, just rotate X is times equals -1. Reminds me of Ravage from Transformers. Anybody? The Ravage, little black panther. All right, so now I want to offset this foot a little bit. So I'm bring my graph editor here. It's in the first box, say minus equals 0.5. So now I've got, they're both kind of doing the same thing, but one's offset. I didn't do anything with the shoulders yet. All I did, I moved this, I moved this, I moved this, and I moved all 4 feet. And this is what I've got. Awesome. All right. So the next thing I want to do is, let me get the head doing what it needs to do. So on cats especially, their head is super flexible. And because they're predator, their eyes face forward and they're locked onto whatever they're hunting, right? So no matter how fast they're moving, no matter how fast their body's going, their head is like almost like a spaceship, just like hovering parallel to the ground, right? So if the whole body leans to the side, the head's going to kind of stay parallel to the ground, right? And flex. The neck's going to flex and the vertebrae are going to flex so that the cat can focus on what they're doing. So I want to kind of force that to happen. So I'm going to key that on frame 0 and on frame 10. Frame 5, I want to key this here. I'm going to bring it down a little bit too so it doesn't quite flex as much. I want to kind of keep it roughly in the same place. And a good way to do that is to just go to your side is front. Go to your front view. And I want to try to keep that roughly in the same place. So you could use a dry erase marker if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. Let's see. This, I want to kind of keep it in the same spot and rotate it the same way. Now the other thing I didn't do is I didn't do anything with the shoulders yet. You can't really tell the difference on this rig too much because it's just a chunky rig. Not chunky, it's a chunky rig. So you're not really seeing the flex too much. But you know, when you bring these forward, these would come down and forward, which actually gives a little bit more. Let me do that actually. Let me do frame 5. And then these are going to be zeroed out here. Back with the 0, 10. And then here they're going to come up. And then here they're going to go down. It's like watching paint dry color, right? Yes, no.
A little bit, it's a little more.
All right, so here's the shoulders now. But you know, see now he looks dumb because he doesn't have the length on the front feet. Like you really need to get these out far. So I'm going to go ahead and alter this a little bit so that I've got more of the length that I need.
What's the hotkey to go to the next keyframe?
You can just do greater than, like shift and then greater than. Doesn't look like there's a hip control in the back, other than this pelvis, this rear end, which is fine. That's good. We didn't really turn or anything, so we didn't have to worry too much about these. I mean, you could kind of, if you wanted to, steer the legs in a little bit out, depending on. So when the legs are back, they usually kind of flex out a little bit. And when they're forward, they flex. Especially on the passing position, like here. You know, you want to make sure that they have enough space so that, once they flip like that, so that there's enough room for the legs. Sometimes the 2 feet go in, like the 2 front feet go in and the 2 back legs go out. Actually, that's probably what I should have done. Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, that makes no sense. I did that backwards. The back feet should be on the outside, not the inside. I can fix that quick. I guess that could be on the inside. And then these would be in more of this. All right, let me copy that a little bit for copy selected, go this way. Selected. Invert this. Invert this. Invert this. Yeah, that's right. Let me fix the back feet too. Give me this information on this one. So here's a case of where I'm going to have to flex this leg out so that it'll miss that upper. So you guys saw what happened, right? I animated it so that it wasn't doing its supposed to do. Wait, what happened? Okay. So I have to offset this now. Translate this meeting is inverted. Just make it 1. Rotate X is inverted. Times 1. And then rotate Y. Alright. Let me select these. Cycle. Plus equals 0.5. This one I'm going to say minus equals 0.5. There. That's much better. Now, we've got a problem though when the when these come forward. You got to make sure that you're missing these, right? So one thing that happens is animals tend to bring in their key that on 10 0. Actually, that was pretty good. I'm just going to copy this. I think I can paste it on there. Just go. So I have to invert this. And then the back feet. I'm going to fix it so that the knees come out like this. Go forward. So that's 0 and 10. But here they're back to 0. Maybe even in a little bit. Selected. I have to invert that value. Awesome. All right, any questions so far about any of that? Now at this point you can go back in and you can maybe start to like mess around with some stuff, like maybe I can make these hips go up a little higher on the run. Just gonna start to